Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for watching. We're going to go over today's workout, and you're going to take about 20 minutes to cycle through these movements. Make sure you're not doing more than 4 sets, and you're just moving through, taking as much or little rest as you need. Just make sure that you're not in a rush. Okay, so first movement, we have some windmills. You always want to start with something light. If you've never done these before, just go through the motion without any weight, but you're going to stagger your stance, point your toes the same direction. And try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Bring that weight overhead. And anytime you're doing these movements, keep your eye on the kettlebell or on the weight. So you can use a kettlebell, dumbbell, and eyes glued there. Weights over the shoulder. You're gonna hinge, push your hip back, and you're gonna let your other leg or other arm drop down. And if you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees, but otherwise try to keep them straight. And once you're all the way down, you're going to come up, pushing that weight up. All right, so with a light weight, stacking the shoulder, eye on the weight, you're gonna hinge, come down, touch, and all the way back up. Okay, so you're gonna do 10 on one side, and then you're gonna do 10 on the other. After that, you're gonna, again, have some light weight, but you're gonna do some shoulder halos. So this is more of a mobility, a little bit of stability exercise. You could always use a water bottle, a wine bottle, but you're gonna start with something really light. Okay, so keeping your head in place, you're gonna bring that weight around your head. Notice how I'm bringing it upside down. So now it's behind me, upside down. It's opening up my shoulders, but I'm also not letting it just pull my shoulders back. I'm stabilizing that weight and bringing it all the way around to center. So I'm going to bring it around 5 times and then switch directions 5 the other way. Again, keep it light. And you also don't want to be moving your head. So make sure that head stays in place, and it's your arms that bring the weight around, and you're not moving your head around the weight. Okay, so after you do 5 each direction, you're gonna move to lat pull down. You could use a band, you could use one weight, but you're gonna lie on the ground. Have your back against the floor. You keep your legs bent, and then arms straight. You could hold 2 hands, 1 dumbbell, going all the way down, keeping that back flat, tight, ribs down, and then pull and bring it back up to over the shoulders. Another way you could hold it, palms facing in. Bring it down, keep it controlled, belly tight, ribs down, and back up. You could also have 2 weights, do the same movement. Or another variation, palms facing in. Just make sure you're not letting that back arch as you bring the arms up. You're keeping it tight, flat, pressed against the floor, and keeping those ribs down. If you have a band, you could attach the band somewhere overhead and do that same movement with a band behind you, squeezing, pulling that band down. And following your 10 to 15 lat pull downs, you're gonna finish with 5 to 10 Z press. So you're gonna sit with your feet out in front. You're gonna be sitting upright. You don't wanna be hinging forward. Definitely don't wanna be hinging back, right? That's why we're doing these Z presses. You don't get to hinge back. So you're sitting flat, tight. If you have some hamstring flexibility issues, you could slightly bend your knees, but otherwise try to keep those knees straight. Weight start at the shoulder, and without hinging back and pressing, you're gonna stay upright, keep that belly tight, and go straight up. Really try to keep those shoulders down and try not to push your shoulders up towards your ears when you press this weight up, right? So you have your elbows to your side, underneath the weights, belly tight, keep those ribs down, shoulders down, and you're gonna press straight up over the shoulders and back down. Don't worry too much about how much weight you're doing. We wanna keep those shoulders in a good position as you go up and down on these Z presses, right? So 5 to 10 there total, and then, like I said, just go through those movements, taking a little bit of rest in between, or if you need to, a lot of rest, and then you're gonna cycle through for 20 minutes. Once you get to 4 sets, make sure you don't do any more. If it takes you 16 minutes to do 4 sets, that's fine. You could rest the remaining of the time, or you could do some stretches. And now we're gonna go through the Metcon. So we're gonna go through 2 rounds of this total with a 2-minute rest in between the rounds. You're gonna first start off with some shuttle runs. All right, find a distance about 15 feet where you could run back and forth. Maybe a little bit more, 20 feet if you have it, but 15 should do. You're gonna run down 15 feet. And come back. That's going to be 1. You're gonna do that 5 times. So after 5 shuttle runs, you're gonna do 30 kettlebell swings. For the kettlebell swings, you wanna start with that kettlebell out front. You could use a dumbbell, you could also use an object, like a backpack filled with weight. And you're gonna sit your hips back, keeping that back flat, not too much bend in the knees, vertical shins. Our hands on the kettlebell or weight, you're gonna swing it through your legs and then drive all the way overhead using power of your hips. After 30 of those, you're gonna do 5 more shuttle runs, back and forth, 5 total times. And then you're gonna do some farmer carries. The farmer carry, whatever weight you have, the more weight, the more challenging. You could fill grocery bags filled with stuff, make that weight, just like everyday life, you're trying to carry heavy groceries around, right? Nothing more functional than that. If you have some dumbbells, you got some kettlebells, some kind of weight where you're having to carry that. And you're gonna go back and forth that shuttle run distance. This time, instead of 5, you're gonna do 10. So all the way down and back, you're gonna do that 10 times. All right, once you're done with 10 of those farmer carries, you're gonna set those weights down and go for 5 shuttle runs. Okay, back and forth 5 times. And then you're gonna go into a 1-minute wall sit. You're gonna find a wall, you're gonna press your back against that wall and go into a squat and really try to get your knees to 90 degrees, all right? So 90 degrees, you're keeping that back flat against the wall and you're holding that position for 1 minute. If you can't hold it for a minute, then take a rest, but don't let the time go for a minute, including the rest. Only include the time that you're holding that wall sit. So if you're only able to hold it for 32 seconds and then you take a 10-second rest, you still have 28 seconds remaining. Okay, so following your wall sits, you're gonna do 5 more shuttle runs, back and forth, 5 times, and then we're gonna finish off with mountain climbers. So you're gonna get on the ground in a plank position and you're gonna drive your knees up, get that foot next to your hands, jump, alternating. That's gonna be 15 each leg, 30 total, and then you're gonna take a 2-minute rest. And then you're gonna repeat that whole sequence 1 more time. 5 shuttle runs, 30 kettlebell swings, 5 shuttle runs, 10 farmer carry, 5 shuttle runs, 1-minute wall sit, 5 shuttle runs, and 30 mountain climbers. All right, and that's your workout for the day. Hope you enjoy, and we will see you next time.